Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 10. It is round 13, Monday, the 8th of September, 2025. All right, so the match of the round, this round 13, is Collingwood versus Brisbane at the MCG. Will Brisbane get their 8th win away? And we've got the Geelong Cats #1 offense team and Melbourne the #1 defense team. And Collingwood's got the biggest winning streak of 3. So can they continue that winning streak? All right, let's get stuck into it. It's Port Adelaide versus Adelaide Crows. It is the showdown for game 1 of round 13. Let's go to the first quarter of this match and who will win. So we've got Port Adelaide 9th, Adelaide 11th. And the first quarter has completed, and we've got Port Adelaide kicking 3-3 to Adelaide Crows 3-5. So it's 2 points the difference to Adelaide. Let's go to the second quarter of this match. And the siren's about to go. Siren's gone, and Port Adelaide have kicked 4-3 to Adelaide 4-6. So at half time, Adelaide are up by 5 points, 53-48. Let's go to the second half of this game. As I said, Port Adelaide in 9th, Adelaide in 11th, and it's played at Adelaide Oval. Three-quarter time has come, and Port Adelaide have kicked 3-1 to Adelaide Crows, 2-2, and at three-quarter time, it is 10-7-67 Port Adelaide to Adelaide Crows 9-13-67. So it's level at three-quarter time. Let's go to the last quarter to see who will get up in this showdown match. And the final siren has gone, and Port Adelaide have won by 18 points. Final score, Port Adelaide 15-10, 100 to Adelaide Crows 11-16, 82. All right, let's go to the second game of round 13. It's GWS Giants versus Fremantle. So it is 18th versus 17th. First quarter has completed, and the Giants have kicked 6-2 to Fremantle 1-1. Second quarter underway in this match. This is played at Giant Stadium. Siren's gone for the halftime, and Fremantle they've kicked 6-4 to the Giants 5-3. But at halftime, the Giants are leading by 24 points, 71-47. Third quarter has started in this match. Both teams are looking for their 4th win of the season. Third quarter has completed, and the Giants have kicked 6-1 to Fremantle 1-1. And it is 54 points the difference. Last quarter underway in this match. Giants look like they're going to win. And the siren has gone, and the Giants have won by 70 points. The Giants final score 22 goals, 11-143 to Fremantle 11-7-73. All right, let's go to the third game for round 13. It is Hawthorn versus St Kilda. So Hawthorn in 10th, St Kilda in 14th, and it's played at Marvel Stadium. First quarter is completed, and Hawthorn have kicked 5 29 to St Kilda 3 21. So it's 8 points the difference to Hawthorn. Second quarter underway. Siren has gone for half time, and St Kilda have kicked 6-1 to Hawthorn 2-5. And St Kilda are now in front by 12 points, 58-46. Third quarter underway in this game. St Kilda's looking for their 4th. Hawthorn are looking for their seventh going into the eight. Third quarter has completed and St Kilda have kicked 5 goals, 2 to Hawthorn 1-4, and it is 34 points the difference. St Kilda's way 90 to 56. Last quarter underway. Final siren has gone and St Kilda have won by 37 points. Final scores Hawthorn 10-20-80 to St Kilda 18-9-117. All right, so let's get stuck into the fourth game. It is Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. So it's 6th versus 7th at the MCG. First quarter has completed and Melbourne have kicked 6 goals, 2 to 1-6. All right, so the second quarter is underway. Western Bulldogs need to make hard work of it in the second quarter. No, they won by a point, but it was not enough. Western Bulldogs kicked 3 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 3-3 at halftime. Melbourne are leading by 25 points, 59 to 34. Second half underway in this game. Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs at the MCG. Third quarter has completed and Western Bulldogs have kicked 3 goals, 5 to Melbourne, 1 goal, 1. And at three-quarter time, Western Bulldogs come back a little bit. They are 9 points down at three-quarter time. It's 57 to 66. Can the Doggies get up in a thriller against Melbourne at the G? Final score, final quarter is underway, and yes, it was a thriller. Western Bulldogs on the siren have won by 6 points. They kicked 3 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 1-1 in that last quarter. So final scores Melbourne 11-7-73 to Western Bulldogs 10-19-79. In the second half, Melbourne only kicked 2 goals, 2 in that second half to the Bulldogs. 6 goals, 9. So that puts Western Bulldogs in the top 4 for the time being. Let's go to the next match. It's North Melbourne versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. North Melbourne are 12th, Essendon are 4th on the table. First quarter has completed and the Kangaroos have kicked 6 goals, 5 to Essendon, 2-1 in that first quarter. Second quarter underway in this match. North Melbourne versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. North Melbourne are looking for another win to get closer to that top 8. Siren has gone for half time and North Melbourne have kicked 4 goals, 5 to Essendon, 3-6. And half time, Essendon are down by 33 points. North Melbourne 70 to 37. Third quarter is underway in this match. Siren has gone for three-quarter time, and Essendon have kicked 6 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 5 goals, 3, and it is 28 points the difference. North Melbourne's way 103 to 75. This could be an upset in the making. Last quarter underway. Final siren has gone and North Melbourne have won by 32 points. North Melbourne 21-17, 143 to Essendon 16-15, 111. Just couldn't recover the Bombers. Let's go to the next game. It is Richmond versus Carlton. So it is 16th versus 17th on the ladder. And these two teams are playing at the MCG. First quarter completed and Carlton have kicked 6 goals, 2 to Richmond 5-3. So Carlton are 5 points at quarter time. Second quarter underway in this game. Both teams are looking for their 5th win for the season. Siren has gone for half time, and Carlton, they've kicked 3 goals, 1-1-5. And Carlton are leading by 13 points, 57-44. Second half underway. Siren has gone for 3/4 time, and Richmond have kicked 4 goals, 4 to Carlton, 2 goals, 3. And at 3/4 time, it is level. Richmond 10-12-72 to Carlton 11-6-72. All right, let's go to the last quarter of this match. Who is going to win? They are very close. Final siren has gone, and it is a draw. The third draw for the season. Richmond 16-13-109 to Carlton 17-7-109. It was level at 3/4 time, and it was level at final siren. All right, that is exciting. 3 draws in a season. It's probably the most for AFT Dice season in the 10 seasons that we've done. All right, so that doesn't really move much. They go up to Carlton and Richmond go up to 15th, 16th, and push Giants down to 17th. All right, let's go to the next game. It is West Coast Eagles versus Gold Coast Suns at Optus Stadium. So we've got Gold Coast in 8th, West Coast in 5th. So both teams are looking for their 8th win for the season. And we've got Gold Coast there, kicked 6 goals, 5 to West Coast, 6 goals, 2 in that first quarter. So 12 goals in the first quarter, 3 points of difference to Gold Coast. Second quarter underway. Siren has gone for half time, and the Eagles have kicked 4 goals, 6 to Gold Coast, 2-3. And the Eagles are in front by 12 points, 68-56. Siren has gone for 3/4 time, and the Eagles have kicked 6 goals, 1 to the Gold Coast, 3 goals, 6. And the Eagles are winning by 25 points, 105-80. So the last quarter underway in this game. And the final siren has gone, and the Eagles win by 31 points. They kick 3-1 to 2-1 in that last quarter. And the Eagles' final score 19-10, 124 to the Gold Coast Suns 13-15, 93. All right, so that puts West Coast on top of the ladder by half a game. We've got match of the round, Collingwood versus Brisbane. And the first quarter, Collingwood have kicked 4 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 1-6. So Brisbane are already 17 points down. They are going for their 8th win away. So Collingwood, 17 points, 29 to 12. Siren has gone for half time, and Collingwood they kicked 3 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 3-1. And it is 18 points the difference at half time. Collingwood 49, Brisbane 31. Let's go to the second half of this game. Match of the round. Brisbane were on top. West Coast have knocked them off at the moment. Okay. We've got Brisbane. They kicked 3 goals, 3 in that third quarter to Collingwood 1-4. And it is 7 points the difference. Brisbane 52 to Collingwood 59. Let's go to the last quarter of this game to see who will get on top. Will it be Brisbane or will it be Collingwood? And in the end, the final siren has gone, and Collingwood have just won by 4 points. So Brisbane just couldn't get it done. I think that first quarter cost them. Final scores, Collingwood 13-17, 95 to Brisbane Lions 13-13, 91. So Brisbane kicked 6 goals, 3 to Collingwood 5-6 in that last quarter. So that puts Collingwood a half a game on top. So Collingwood had to beat Brisbane to be on top of the ladder. So Brisbane, they push down to fourth. Okay, let's go to the last game of the round. It is Geelong versus Sydney Swans. So Geelong are in sixth, Sydney are in 13th. Sydney are looking for their sixth win. Geelong are looking for their eighth win of the season. So we've got Sydney, they've kicked 3 goals, 2-20 to Geelong 1-4-10. So Sydney are 10 points up going into the second quarter. Siren has gone for half time, and the Sydney Swans have kicked 5 goals, 5 to Geelong 4-1, and it is 20 points the difference to Sydney. Third quarter underway. Siren has gone for the third quarter, and it was even in that third quarter, 6-5 apiece that they kicked, and it's still 20 points the difference to Sydney Swans. Could this be another upset down at the Cattery? Last quarter underway. Who's going to win? Final siren has gone, and Sydney has won by 18 points. They kicked 6 goals, 1 to Geelong 6-3. So Geelong won it by 2 points, but Sydney in the end have won the game by 18 points. Geelong 17-13, 115 to Sydney 20 goals, 13, 133. All right, so we've got match of the round for round 14 is Collingwood versus Sydney Swans. Collingwood just knocked off Brisbane by 4 points at the MCG. Geelong, number one offense team, and Melbourne, the number one defense team. And Collingwood are on a winning streak of 4. So that was an epic round 13. We had another draw. So it's 3 draws for the season. We'll see you next time for AFT Dice season 10, round 14, Wednesday, the 10th of September, 2025.